Hello friends, welcome to the Java session. I'm Pavitra. In this video, we are going to discuss about two-dimensional dynamic array. In the last video, we have discussed about two-dimensional static array, and here we are going to discuss about a two-dimensional dynamic array. In the previous video, we have discussed about what is the advantages of an dynamic array. But okay, so here also we will see now what is the how two-dimensional dynamic array has been stored, what is the syntax of it, and how the memory is getting allocated for this, and how do you perform the programs, means how the programs works on this particular concept. So first of all, we will see the syntax of two-dimensional dynamic array. So this is the syntax of the two-dimensional dynamic array. So first we have to take the data type, and then we have to give the row size and column size, and the reference variable name equal to new data type and row size, column size, right? And why I'm taking here row size and column size, because we know that the two-dimensional array is nothing but it is a collection of a single dimensional array. So how many single dimensional arrays are there? Okay, so that I'm going to if there are single dimensional array, so my row size will be 3. And in the each array, if there are 5 columns or 5 values, then column size will be 5. So here we also know that in the two-dimensional dynamic array, the data is stored in the matrix format, right? So we can represent this data in the matrix format for easy understanding. So if you want to do the matrix format, then obviously we have to give the here row size and then column size, and then very important is depending on the what type of program we are doing, what kind of data we require, we need to take the that particular data type. So also we know that the two-dimensional array is nothing but it is stored, that means every array, either it is a single dimensional or two-dimensional, you know, the array stores the data in the contiguous memory location. Okay, now let us understand this with the one of the example. So here by using this syntax, we will write one program. Okay, so first I will show you with integer data type. Okay, so this we will remove, and I will rewrite the declaration here. So let us take an example of storing the 5 students with 3 internal marks. Okay, so first I need to go for an integer data type, or you can go for the float also, since your marks will be in the form of float. So let us take float, and then after data type we have to give the row size and column size, and then the reference variable name. So I will say reference variable as a marks equal to, and here we have, since we are going to do with the dynamic two-dimensional, so dynamic means we want to allocate a memory at runtime, right? Means in the heap memory. So that can be done in Java by using the new keyword. So you have to use the new, and again you have to give the data type, and then row size and column size. Okay, and how many rows you want to take it. So for example, there are 3 learners, or there are 2 learners, and I'm going to take a 3 internal marks. Each student is having the 3 internal marks. Okay, so there are 2 students, so this 2 is nothing but the number of rows. There are 2 rows, and each row is having the 3 values. So if I do like this, what happens? How does the memory is getting allocated for this? Okay, we will understand this with the help of diagram. So here, let me show you. And as you know, I was talking about two types of the memory there. One is the static memory, and one more is the dynamic memory, that is heap memory. So the first, there will be, let me write here. This is our static memory, and here is the dynamic, or I will say it is a heap memory, because object stores here. And now there will be a one reference variable. So what is the name of the reference variable? Here we have taken it as a marks. Okay, so the marks, you can just say here marks. And now this marks will be pointing to the float objects, right? So this array will be always in the form of an object, okay, because it is storing it in the heap. Now here it will going to store the how many rows are there here? Two rows, right? So we will draw one block with the two rows, means here you can make it as, this is 0th position, means this is 0th row, and this is first row. And in the 0th row, there are how many columns are there? Three columns are there. So here there will be a separate memory allocation for this. Okay, so this contains means there are three columns, right? So you have to write three blocks here. And this will be again in the 0th position. And this is in first position, this is in second position. So now this contains the starting address of this particular block. Let us say the 1000 is the starting address, and this will be 1004, and this will be 1008. So the starting address will be stored in this. And now the next block, okay, that is the next row, contains one more array. As I told you already, the two-dimensional array is nothing but the collection of single-dimensional array, right? So this is one single-dimensional array. This is one single-dimensional array. Okay, so this single-dimensional arrays are stored in the rows right here. So this is also again have the index position, that is 0, 1, and 2. So here let us assume this memory address is 1012. Okay, so this will be 1060, and this will be 1020. Okay, so here 1008, and this if we add up four blocks, okay, so this will be 1012. Because why I'm taking the four difference here, it is a float data type, and float takes the 4 bytes of memory. So okay, 1000, 1004, and 1008, and here 1012, 1016, 1020. Now this address will be stored in this, that is 1012. So now this is connected to this, and this will be connected to this. Okay, so now this entire address, let us say the starting address of this, you already know what is the starting address of this, that is 1000. Okay, and this will be stored here in this memory allocation. And now this will be pointing to this particular block. And how it is 1000? Because starting address of this, okay, will be the address for this. So that's the reason this is also 1000. Okay, so now here this is, we have not assigned any value here, we have just allocated a memory. So right now the memory will be like this, and the default values here will be 0, 0.0, 0, 0.0, 0, 0.0, 0, 0.0, because the we have given the data type is float. But now I want to assign the value. Again, like you want to assign the value, there are two ways. One is you can directly assign the value here. Okay, one more is you can take the value from the user. So first we will see how do you assign the value directly. If you want to assign the value directly, then you don't need to give the size, just you have to give open brace and close brace. And here we need to give the two rows, means two single dimensional array, because I have given two rows, and here I will give the value is 12.3023 F, and 14.24 F, and 15, okay, point 21 F. This is my first array. Okay, so first array is having the three values, means this is the first student first internal marks, first student second internal marks, first student third internal marks. Now I have the one more student is there, just for understanding purpose you can give the value even like this. Okay, now I'll give the second student marks. Okay, so second student, let us say he scored the 20.21 F in the first internal, and second internal 15.56 F, and in the third internal he scored 19.34 F. Okay, this is my second student, three internal marks. Now I'm going to close this, and still there is error. As I already told, here whenever we are assigning the value directly, we should not give the size. So we will remove the size. Now see, all the errors is gone. Okay, so here if you want to print the values, there are two ways. One is the normal for loop, one more is enhanced for loop. Okay, so let us quickly see both of them. So normal for loop, you know, int I is equal to 0 and I is less than the row size is 2. And if you want to take this row and column from the user, we have to declare here the variables. Okay, and take the value for that from user and give that here. Okay, but right now I'm taking the values directly from the user, that is not required. So since I know here hard coded value, so this value also I'm hard coding it. So I is less than 2 and I plus plus. Now I'll go to the nested for loop. One for loop for a row and another for loop is for column. So j is equal to 0 and j is less than 3. How many columns are there? 3 columns are there. So j plus plus, and then go for a open brace, and here I'm going to print this. Okay, println, and what is the array name? Marks of I. First will be always row, so for row I am taken outer for loop I, and now for a column I have taken the inner for loop, that is j. So if you want to give a space after printing one element, you can give the space, and you want to print this in the single line, not in new lines. Okay, then you can remove the print ln, you can remove, give only print. And after printing one row, before going to the second student marks, I want the new line, then I will go for the print ln new line, I will print it. Then it goes like that's done. Okay, it will print the values in this format. You know how it will print. Okay, so I is 0, when I is 0, this j will be 0, and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so like this it will take the value and it will print 0 comma 0. First I and j both will be 0, 0 comma 0, that is 12.23 will display. Now here you can see this is 0 and 0, 12.23. So here if you want to store like this will be 12.23 F. Okay, and let me adjust this. 12.23, and next 14.24, the next will be 14.24, and next one will be 15.21. 15 point, okay, 21 F. So the same way you can store the values 20.21 here, and 15.56 here, okay, and then 19.34 F here. And now when I go I is 0 and j is 0, 0 0 means 0th row, 0th column, so it will print me 2 point means 12.23 F. Okay, next it will go for same way, it will go for the next number and then next number, and then it will give you the new line, and then it goes to the I plus plus, I value will be 1, and 1 is less than 2, and again it comes to the inner for loop, okay, and it will print the values. This in detail we have discussed in the previous video. Please watch the previous video if you want to know really how it is exactly, okay, printing the values. Now let me run this, okay, Java application. We have not saved, so let us save that, and okay, proceed. And we can see now, okay, the first it is printing 12.23, 14.24, 15.21, and then the next values in this format, okay. And also we know how to print the same values by using the enhance for loop, okay. So that also we have discussed in the previous, but still I will try to show you one more time here. So in the enhance for loop, I don't get all these values like initialization, condition, incrementation. We don't required. What we required, one local variable, okay, is of type float type, because my data in the array is of type float type, right? So float I, and this will be single dimensional array. Why? Because we are reading the first value first. This entire row I want to read it, okay. So that entire row I can store it in the single dimensional array. So first I should make the variable a single dimensional array, and we should take this variable where the data is stored, okay. So marks. Now from this single dimensional array, I want to read the value, okay, one by one, and this time again the variable should be of type float type, because I'm reading the float data, and colon, and it is going to read the value from I. Now here I'm taking again ij, because here you may get confused here already ij is used again. Here ij we have used as a local variable, so that visibility is there only within this for loop, okay. So here it's not there, so we can use those variables again, no problem. Now float j colon I. And now it goes to the system dot out dot print, okay. So here I don't need to use the array symbol, we just need to use this j. Now j is I and j are not indexes, I will be reading the value, so it is pointing to the first single dimensional array. From single dimensional array, j will read the first value, and it will print the first value here. And I'm printing the space, okay. So after each element I want to give the space, and now after the once the j prints all the values, I will give the new line, and then it goes to the outer for loop, okay, to point to the next row, and next row it will copy into the I, and then from that next row j will read the first value and it will print it. Now to have a differences, here I'm going to take a system.out.println. I'm just displaying the message printing values by using enhance for loop, printing the values using enhanced for loop. Okay, so now just save it and rerun. Okay, this, and let us see what is the output we are going to get it now. See, we are getting the exactly the same output. Okay, so whatever the output is printing, the same output it is printing here, but this is by using normal for loop, and this is by using the enhanced for loop. Now we will, I hope this is clear till here. Now what we will do is, in so far we have taken the value, hard coded value directly. Now what if I want to take these values from the user? So in this case, when we will try to take the row size and column size from the user. So I will declare here two variable, int row and comma column. So now after the scanner, I will ask the user to enter the row size and column size. Okay, so I'll give the message for that, system.out.println. What we will do here, enter the size of the row and column. And next, row is equal to scanner dot next. This is the row and column is of type integer type, so I can take the next int. And the same way I will mention the column is equal to scanner dot next int. And now this row and column we will mention here. Okay, so row and column, and I will remove this brace. And we will give the semicolon. Okay, let us terminate this statement. And now I will ask the user to enter the array elements. Okay, the values. So println and enter the values. Enter the values. Now terminate this, and then I will, here actually this for loop is printing the values. Okay, but now what I will do is I will modify this for loop for taking the value from the user. So here instead of SOP statement, means system.out.println, this it is for printing, but I want to do the reading the value. So what is the name of the array? That is, I have given the marks. Now I and j. Okay, so I is 0th row and 0th column. So I want to initialize the value to the 0th position of row and 0th position of the column. So marks of ij is equal to scanner dot next int. Sorry, next float, because my marks is of type float type. Okay, so here you have seen the data type we have taken is float. So next float. And while reading, you don't need to give the new line. Okay, so we will remove that, because the new line is useful only while printing the data, not while reading the data. So I'm going to say this, and now this will read all the values. Okay, so j is 0, j is 1, j is 2. So it will read the three values, and after that condition fails and it goes to the I plus plus. I value will be 1, 1 is less than 2, and again it will come here, and now later it will be 1 0 1 1 1 2. Okay, for the second row it will read the values. Now the values I'm going to print it by using enhanced for loop. This I will keep it as it is. Okay, now let us see will it work. Okay, as we have expected. So run it and go for the run as Java application. And here you all can see what is happening. I'm getting the message. Okay, so enter the size of the row and column. So where we gave that, so here we have given the first, enter the size of the row and column. So right now I'm going to give the size, row size is 3 I'm giving, and column size I'll give it as a 2. Then enter. Okay, it is asking me enter the values. Okay, so first what here right now I have a 3 rows and only 2 columns. So you all know how it looks. So enter the values. Okay, so let us say I'm entering the value 12.23. This is for 0 position, 0 position. Okay, and next 0 1 position. Okay, so there I'll enter 14.34. This is now one row is done. In one row now we have only 2 columns. Okay, so the first column and second column. Now we are going to the second row. Second row I'm giving it as like this. We got the error. Okay, the reason is what is the mistake we did in the line number 20. Okay, so here we have given a hard coded value. Okay, so that is previously I didn't change this for loop, right? I gave only this scanner here. I removed the system.out.println and I gave the marks, but we didn't change this conditions. Okay, so that's a problem. Now right now I have entered 3 rows 2 columns, but here the thing is something different, right? That's the reason we should give always row and this is column. Okay, so that whatever the user enters here, the row and column, so that many times this for loop works. But here that problem will not come because we are not checking any condition over there. So let me rerun this. Select and proceed. Okay, so enter the size of the row and column. So again I will say row is 3 and column is 2 and enter the value. Okay, 12.23 and 14.24. This is one row is done. Now second row I'm giving is this. Okay, now second row is done. This is second row, 0th position, and this is second row, first position. And now, we are giving the third row value, 45.57 and 76.43. Okay. So now you can see here, it is that is the input we have entered, but now it is printing the output. So this is the first row, and this is the second row, and this is third row. So in each row there are 2 columns are there. Okay, so like that you can enter the values. Okay, so again if you run it, if you want to give the row size and column size different one, that is 5, 5, then you have to enter the 5 rows and 5 columns. Means there are 5 students and each student is having the 5 marks. That's how it will come. I hope this is clear. Okay, this is all about two-dimensional dynamic array. How do you use the new keyword and how does the memory allocation happens for the two-dimensional dynamic array, and how it will fetch the data, how to use the for loop. Okay, and how to take the row and column size from the user. If not, how do you do the hard-coded value? That is all we have discussed in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please like and subscribe my channel. And in the next session, we will discuss about some programs on the arrays. Okay, thank you.